Good morning. You guys wouldn't get offended if I got up and left right now, would you? Dan, Scott, I appreciate your support. Last week was definitely disappointing, particularly with the climate of the game, divisional opponent, opportunity to continue to get on the streak, and we didn't finish, particularly on the defensive side of the ball. I thought we did some great things early. We got to learn how to sustain it, particularly at the end of the half, keeping those guys out of the end zone. And then at the end of the game, we had an opportunity. We gave the ball back to the offense, but I wish we could have given it back to them sooner. A couple of third downs, miscues there, not executing. But the guys are focused. They're back this week. And again, as Freddie's talked about time and time again, just looking to be 1-0. So with that, I'll take your questions.
Scoring drives by Pittsburgh in the middle of the game, end of the first half, beginning of the second half. Did you think Hodges was getting comfortable because of something you guys were doing or not doing, or was he just gaining confidence?
That's really a question I guess you have to ask him, but I would say this. I thought we were in position to make plays on the ball. As we were in the first game, we played them on Thursday night. Just so unfortunate we didn't make the plays. I thought the guys were in tight coverage. We played a lot of man that particular game, and I was trying to create some pressure. They did a good job in keeping 6 and 7 in for his protection, trying to help him out. So again, with that, I just think we got to make plays when given the opportunity.
You feel now you've had 2 games now without Myles Garrett. Our teams, offenses, how have they adjusted to that, to counter your pass rush now that they don't have to worry about him?
Well, Myles is definitely a special player. So we all know that. We know teams really scheme around him. So he's not here. I would say definitely yes in regards to your question. But we still got to find a way to make plays. And, again, just trying to generate different things up front, moving guys around, trying to create different pressures. We're never going to make any excuses, but when you look at it, we probably have 5 guys that are here on the 53 that wasn't here a month ago. So we're not canceling the games. We got to find a way to get these guys in position to be successful, and that starts with me.
I want to ask you about that D-line. We've talked so much about it at the beginning of the season, how much potential it had, and now there's a bunch of new faces. How difficult is that, especially when you're trying to generate a pass rush with only those front 4?
I'm not going to use the word difficult. I think we got to be creative in what we're trying to do. I think the guys have a lot of energy, as I talked about before. I thought we came out playing fast. You look at what Chad is doing, Chad Thomas. Created a spark for us early with that sack. I think Sheldon is playing well. We're moving him around quite a bit inside and out, and he's generated some pressure. So, again, we just got to continue to try to mix it up a little bit, and guys got to find ways to execute and finish.
Is it unusual to have that much turnover, though? Especially, if let's say you have 9 D linemen and 5 of them are new from the last 6 weeks.
It is tough, but it's part of the league. I've been a part of it before. I was in the same situation last year in Arizona. So, shuffling guys in and out, guys coming in on a Tuesday, playing on Sunday. So we can't sit here and make excuses. We got to find ways to get guys in position to make plays.
You mentioned the tight coverage, and that was so obvious, but they're not looking at the ball. So how much is that a teaching point?
Quite a bit of it is teaching, and quite a bit of it is just really natural instincts as well. So I put everything really back on me, back on us as coaches to try to get our guys to understand when in certain situations what we need to execute. So, again, I thought Greedy and Denzel had great coverage. We just got to find ways to turn around and make plays on the ball.
How did Redline play?
I thought he played well. When you look at our run fits and how he fitted the run, I thought he came up very physical, making tackles, getting off blocks, and you can see his range and speed in the post, particularly on that one play. I thought he had an opportunity to get over there. He just misjudged the ball a little bit.
It's not going back to that. It's not only here. I see it all over the league where corners just don't look at the ball. What is so instinctual about that to break that habit?
I think, again, it's just repetition, and I think naturally some guys have it. When you scout guys coming out of college, that's one of the things that you look for, guys that can really have that natural feel, the flash of the ball when they can just see it and play it, great ball skills. Everything is different when you look at the makeup of a player. I always say it's no utopia. A guy may have great ball skills, but he may not be that fast. He may be physical, but he doesn't really have the range and the speed. So as coaches, you're taking these guys with different talents. You got to find ways to make them a complete player.
So you don't think that's something you're either born with or not? You can't.
Naturally, yes, but as coaches, you got to find ways to continue to improve that skill set, and that's what we're trying to do. Really working on the flash of the ball, trying to work on deep balls when in position, going up. If I can't make a complete catch on the ball, I got to play through the guy's hands and work his arms.
How was Mac Wilson for going back when he first took over that starting job to now? How much has he improved?
He's improved each and every week, man. I'm excited about, number one, his work ethic and just his ability to really try to study the game. I mean, this guy's in here early. He's meeting with his coaches, getting extra work in. You can see the improvements, things that he may have messed up on 2 weeks ago. That's not an issue anymore. So the thing with a rookie is always something new, which is great. We're not talking about the same mistakes over and over again. So I'm excited with his progress and the things that he's doing.
What about Taki?
I think, Taki is performing well. We've created certain looks for him within the packages that we put in, and he's getting in there, getting a lot of what I call game time experience now. Probably averaging anywhere between 15, 20 plays a game. So he's doing well. He's progressing.
I think a couple of weeks ago you said Denzel was playing really well, so teams were picking on Greedy or throwing his way. How do you think he's handled that, given that he gave up a couple of plays last week?
It's the nature of the position when you're out there on that island by yourself, and it's always that short-term memory we talk about, trying to hit the reset button. So I think he's doing a great job to understand that I can't relax, and when in position, I got to make sure that I finish. So I think everything he's doing up to the end of the play, he's putting himself in position to be successful. Now we just got to work on the finish part.
What did you notice from Dalton in the last game when he was back in the starting line? It looked like he was really aggressive vertically in the passing game.
I think he was in rhythm. For a guy that's been out for a minute, you can tell he's back in rhythm. Those receivers that they have, I think, are pretty good, starting with Boyd. 83, they move him around quite a bit, and I believe Ross is going to be back this week as well. Vertical guy that can take the top off, and then, of course, the perimeter screen game. So a lot of things that you see out of them is the same thing that we faced really against the Rams. So I'm sure they've been looking at that film as well as we have as well.
You've had to cycle through a bunch of different safeties for injuries and other reasons. How much does that affect the player, your corners, the trust that those two position groups have, and then just the overall pass defense when it's a different guy at the back end every week?
Overall, I would say that sometimes the continuity that you're looking for may be a little inconsistent, but the guys do a great job of communicating, and I think that's the key to make sure that we all see the formation and we're executing the call the same. When you look at where we are defensively, I believe we're like 6th in the league for his pass defense. So those guys, to me, have been doing a great job. We just got to, again, find ways to make plays on the ball when we're in position. We've got to come up with some game-changing plays, as I always say.
Steve, it seemed like in that Pittsburgh game, up until then, you guys, the tackling has been pretty sound. But it seemed like Pittsburgh was breaking some tackles. Is that first of all, is that fair? And then is that contagious when something like that happens?
That is a fair question, and I would say that the answer is definitely true. We did a good job early stopping the run, and what happened, and we talked about it on the sideline, you start seeing guys, to me, start pressing. They were going for the ball before they ensured the tackle, and we got to make sure that we limit the yardage after contact with these running backs, particularly Mixon. Again, Bernard, good backs, going to run hard, physical. So we got to make sure that we secure the tackle first and go for the ball second.
You obviously worked under Ron Rivera for a while. And what did you think of the news this week, and kind of what did he mean to your career?
Definitely disappointed, but we all understand that this is part of the business and what we're in. I wouldn't be where I am today without him. You know, he definitely had a major impact on my career. And spoke with him yesterday, spoke with him this morning. He's doing well, excited about the next opportunity.
Steve, what has Sean Richardson meant to your defense? I mean, he's kind of been the one guy who's been there on the defensive line with Miles out, with Olivier out. What has he meant to your defense and defensive line as a whole?
He's meant a lot, even before those guys went out. Just a veteran guy that bring a lot of leadership in his performance as well as his play. But since those guys been out, he's definitely stepped up and really tried to take the reins of being that sole leader. You've seen it in his performance, the way he not so much gets on players, but really, you know, that accountability and trying to encourage the guys to do things the right way. So he's definitely that extension of myself and the other coaches in that locker room and on the field.
How difficult the decision was it to bench Demarius last week?
You know, again, I'm not going to really elaborate much on that. I know Freddie has touched on it. There's certain things that come up that we try to keep in-house, and we're going to do the same thing with that. It happens. You know, he was out for his injuries as well. We got to step up, and other guys got to perform and play. So I'm glad he's back this week, and we get him back in the mix. He's practicing hard, and hopefully he can go out there and make some plays for us this week.
Something like that have any kind of carryover to this week or throughout the?
No, I don't think so. You know, we're all professionals, and what we're doing, understand right now that last week is last week. He's locked in and focused. I like where he is now. Very attentive in meetings. He's practicing the way we want him to. He's been vocal. I'm excited about his leadership and the things that he brings. So we're good.
Think of what Vernon was able to do in his coming. I don't know if it was his brace or he's still fighting through the knee, but he didn't look like himself, but he gave you a dozen.
You know, he didn't, but I commend him for trying to go out there and do the things that we were expecting him to do. It is a process that he's going to have to be able to fight through, his pain tolerance. And really at this point in time of the year, not a lot of guys are feeling great. So he's getting his treatment. He's doing well. He's out there practicing, so we'll see exactly how much he can give us this week.